Hi everybody, my name is Dio Veselinov. If you know me, you know me. I do a lot of postings about spirituality and also a lot of postings about twin flame soulmates and soul relationships. I'm writing a lot of stuff. And today, this is my very first video, and the very first video today will be about Mercury retrograde, on what to do on a Mercury retrograde as far as learning as a process. And number one is to understand what Mercury retrograde is. Mercury retrograde, if you take a look at it, it's shifting the energy and the communications from regular life, from regular communications to communications within the soul, within the spirit. So you have to shift your communication, your understanding, your learning from a regular life to a spirituality, to the soul, and to communications within the soul. Also, with that shift, what happens is that you're gonna be pulled out from communications with others to look inside of you. And a lot of people have challenges with these disconnections because other disconnects from you, and you have challenges of why did they talk to me, why did they not page me, why they're not this and that. Especially within a soulmate and a twin flames, that's a very big problem, very big challenge, because the communications within a soul get so intense, so breaked up. But if you understand that this period is for you, this Mercury retrograde period is for you to go ahead and learn and study on your own for yourself. You have to understand that these Mercury retrogrades are 4 times a year. They're very powerful, they very intense. They want to force you to look inside of you. They want to force you to look through the soul, look what's going on inside of you. You to study, you to look your spirituality side of your life. And once the retrograde is done, you're going to be tested on what you learn or what you study for it. If you did not learn, the same situation will keep recurring, and you're gonna keep learning the same lessons. The aggravations that comes in within a Mercury retrograde, you have to overcome it. You have to overcome this aggravation, this intense energy. Is you to calm down and accept this energy as within your soul. You have to walk, talk, act, and believe and love as a soul. And that's why a lot of people have a challenges, because they're still thinking of the 3D, they're still thinking of the three-dimensional way of love, of communications, of walking or talking or belief. And that's what the Mercury retrograde is coming to you to look in your spirituality. There was a lot of questions about the Mercury retrogrades, that it's affecting the people on very aggravational. Let's say there was a question, how do I handle disrespectful people? This is your challenge, this is your test during this period. You don't have to handle them. All you have to do is just hey, let God deal with them. They're not your responsibility. They're just testing you out. They're not compassionate in how to avoid to not exploding or get so much aggravations to them. Talk to them as a soul. See them as a soul. You not have to see them as a personality, as an ego, because a lot of people have problems to get out of their egos and shift into the spirituality. A lot of people, they don't even understand all this part. A lot of people think that the Mercury retrograde, when it comes in, and it's all about this intense energy, that everything go to, nobody's talking to me, and on and on and on and on. The Mercury retrograde, it's very powerful. We need this Mercury retrograde to look at it inside of us, and the spirituality side. These Mercury retrogrades are for this purpose. If you take a look at it, your own spirituality side during the Mercury retrograde, you will find out that probably the most, like me, the most beautiful writings I did was during the Mercury retrograde. The most powerful quotes I did was during the Mercury retrograde, because I was listening inside of my soul what's going on. I was listening to others, what's going on with them, and a lot of posts that comes in during the Mercury retrograde is actually helping everybody else to do the shift. I'm going to talk about on another video more about this divine shift, but the divine shift is you look at your spirituality by using this energy from a Mercury retrograde. You're learning the spirituality, and when the Mercury retrograde comes out, you have to perform. You have to perform of what you learn. So the next Mercury retrograde comes in, you study something else. You're shifting, you moving to one place to another. And that shift is helping your soul, you to evolve of it. So you need to stop looking at the Mercury retrograde as a negative, and whatever I say to Mercury retrograde is all blah blah blah. You have to look at it, the Mercury retrograde, as your spirituality teacher comes in to teaching you. And when you accept that, you're gonna be shifting to the peace, to the soul energy that it brings Mercury retrograde. And you will find that internal peace in you during the Mercury retrograde, because the energy is moving you from the ego to the soul. The energy moves you to stop thinking as mind, ego, and a body, and shifting you to think about love, soul, and heart. And that's what you are. So you can go out and look for the light. And be loved all the time. Be the one who you are. Understand this is the evolving moment. During the retrograde, you evolve. You evolve from inside out. And in the normal direction, you evolve on outside in. You see what the outside world has for you. And the talks that you're going to be have during the Mercury retrogrades, it has to be more involved with your spirituality, with looking within your soul, or helping others to look within their soul and vibrate that energy of peace. We all know that energy of peace that it's inside of our soul, that we're looking at it. If you have that peace energy, you're gonna prevent this aggravation. You're gonna prevent again those stuff happening to you, and you will use the right energy from Mercury retrogrades in your life, in your spirituality, and you're gonna help yourself. You're gonna help yourself to shift, to evolve, but also you're gonna help the people around you. I hope this video helped you out. I hope this first video is great. I will try to make some more video on the more stuffs, and I'm looking forward for your comments. Thank you, and be love.